At this water's edge, every step forward carries hidden risk. Beneath the still water, there are nearly invisible movements, waiting. Hesitation drags on, but thirst cannot be postponed. Just one very small deviation is enough to shatter everything. The water surface explodes, and everything unfolds in an instant. River of Death, the life and death battle between wildebeest and crocodile. Dawn over the Grumeti River, early daylight paints the murky water surface golden. Thin mist rises, landscape quiet. Even a small movement becomes obvious. On the sandbar, overnight traces tell what happened. Footprints going into water, then returning, but also streaks going only one way. The river is the only water source in dry season, but also the boundary between life and death. This morning's flat surface guarantees nothing about what's below. On the other side of burnt grassland, hundreds of wildebeest advance toward the riverbank. Red dust rolling with footsteps, low calls echoing far, thirst forcing them to approach despite risks. They're Africa's largest migratory species. With millions of individuals moving seasonally, the river becomes the most dangerous challenge on the journey. Bodies adapted to grasslands, long legs for running, curved horns for goring, but underwater they lose advantage and become vulnerable. In dry season, the herd must drink water daily, no other choice. Thirst draws them to the riverbank, though always knowing danger hides below. The herd stops about 10 meters from shore, intently observing the water surface. No one dares step forward first, because instinct warns pioneers rarely return. Thirst overwhelms fear. A large male steps down first. Water rising from hooves to knees, it lowers, head drinking hurriedly. Each second head down is a second losing vigilance. Seeing the male safe, the entire herd moves closer. Vigilance quickly decreases as thirst overwhelms, creating the most dangerous moment. Less than 4 meters from shore, two pairs of eyes have been waiting. Motionless, patient, they track each step, waiting for prey to enter inescapable distance. Prey in range, the male lowers head to drink, muzzle touches water. Less than 2 meters from crocodile jaws, countdown begins before the attack. To understand the danger right before eyes, one must look at the creature hiding at the bottom since before dawn. Species virtually unchanged for 200 million years because the design was perfect from the start. Nile crocodile, reaching 5 meters long, weighing over 700 kilograms. Bite force, exceeding 3,700 pounds per square inch. Strongest among all animals living on Earth today. Its tactic is lying motionless, lowering heart rate, conserving energy, waiting for prey to approach on its own, then lunging extremely fast, locking jaws and dragging underwater. After locking jaws, crocodiles perform the death roll, spinning body to tear prey. If not dead yet, it drags deep down, letting water complete the rest. This morning, the male wildebeest lowering head is only 2 meters from crocodile jaws. Sensory organs help it receive vibrations, determining prey position without needing to see yet. Only 1 meter remains. Crocodile tightens tail, parts jaws, while wildebeest lowers for one more final gulp, completely unaware that's the last peaceful moment. Water surface explodes. Crocodile lunges up, clamping tight on prey's head. Tremendous bite force locks rigid, heavy body, jerking wildebeest down into the water. Herd panics, running upshore, dust billowing thick. Only the trapped male held head underwater, 4 legs thrashing hopelessly, cries choked between mud and waves. Crocodile begins death roll, body coiling underwater, but wildebeest still resists, hind legs gripping bottom, trying to hold against violent spinning force. The spin isn't strong enough to bring down large prey. Crocodile changes tactics, stops spinning, and drags wildebeest toward deep water, where legs can't touch bottom and all advantages vanish. Wildebeest resists fiercely, hind legs kicking bottom, maintaining position. Head gripped, but body still above water surface. Each second still breathing is each second nurturing hope of life. Adrenaline surges. Wildebeest jerks hard, pulling crocodile towards shallow water. Nearly escaping at times, head surfaces, eyes wide open, gasping breaths echoing amid the water. But crocodile won't release. Jaws locked tight, begins pulling back. Wildebeest slips footing, loses grip point, gradually dragged back to deep area. The tug of war tilts toward water. Water rises to neck, then to head. Everything ends when legs no longer touch bottom. Wildebeest dragged under, river surface quickly returns to flat calm. On shore, wildebeest herd stands silently watching the river surface. No calls, only eyes fixed on where their kind just disappeared. Heavy atmosphere enveloping. Underwater, crocodile drags carcass to deep area, securing to tree roots. It doesn't eat immediately, but lets prey soak for days to soften, then tears gradually. The river just took a life, but the entire herd's thirst remains unchanged. And the Grumeti River is the only water source within 20 kilometers radius. 2 hours later, the herd returns to riverbank, steps slower, keeping distance farther. No one dares lower head drinking too long, though thirst still urges. They take turns drinking water. A few lower down, the rest vigilantly observe. Each small ripple also makes the whole group flinch back warily. Below water surface, another crocodile has positioned, smaller and lying close to shore. Blood scent from the previous attack still spreading, silently attracting more predators. Water surface explodes again. Crocodile lunges up close to shore. Jaws snap down, nearly hitting wildebeest's leg, but misses, making entire herd rush up shore in chaos. No one caught, but the attack shows the river isn't safe at any distance. Crocodiles control even the water's edge, where the safety boundary is thinner than wildebeest thought. Herd stops 50 meters from river, breathing heavily, eyes glued to water surface. Thirst unresolved, midday sun rising high, making dehydration increase rapidly. Another half hour passes. Thirst again defeats fear, Herd advances toward river, choosing new position 100 meters further upstream, where bank is gentler and water shallower. They don't know crocodiles also move. Beneath murky surface, they silently drift, following herd upstream, like invisible shadows. Herd begins drinking. Only a few go down to water's edge. The rest stand guard. A female steps deeper, seeking clearer water, inadvertently advancing exactly into crocodile ambush position. The largest crocodile lunges up, jaws locked tight on female wildebeest's neck. Fatal position near blood vessels. Bite force piercing through skin and flesh, holding prey unable to escape. Tug of war begins. Female wildebeest's legs still touch bottom. It kicks hard, trying to pull crocodile back towards the shore. Because only losing footing, all advantages will vanish. Battle lasts in over 4 minutes, rare with crocodiles. Female wildebeest still resists, continuously kicking, pulling, and keeping head above water to breathe. Second crocodile suddenly appears from behind, biting the rear. Two pulling forces in opposite directions make prey torn between heavy bodies. Wildebeest still resists, but third crocodile charges in, biting near head. 3 directions, pulling simultaneously, make it lose footing and drag completely off river bottom. Female wildebeest dragged under. Water surface churns then settles, foam spreading long with current, closing the battle as river swallows another life. Blood scent spreading in water attracts more crocodiles. 5, 6, then 7 heads emerge, converging on one point. Wildebeest carcass becomes collective feast, uninvited. On shore, wildebeest herd stands silently watching the reddened river surface. No signal needed, they understand. Then turn backs, leaving, abandoning this water point to find elsewhere. Grumeti River always flows, crocodiles present everywhere. No safe place, only places not yet attacked, and herds still must drink before dark. That's the law. To live must drink. To drink must come to river. Each approach is accepting risk, trading between thirst and life. Evening descends. Water surface returns to calm. Midday traces swept away. Vultures circle but don't descend, because the river has kept everything. Underwater, well-fed crocodiles lie scattered, heart rate slows. They can fast long, but still wait, following millions of years of survival instinct. Upstream, herd finds shallow section to drink. They only lower quickly for seconds, then retreat. Drinking style carrying survival nature. No more peace. Each attack deepens instinct. Next generation will fear water more, drink faster, keep distance farther, increasing survival chances through passed down memory. And crocodiles also evolve. Next generation more patient, lying closer to shore, waiting longer, because prey increasingly vigilant, and only the most patient can hunt. Dusk covers Grumeti. Water shifts from blue to deep red, this time from skylight. But that beauty conceals danger as light gradually weakens. Wildebeest herd retreats deep into grassland, resting at night, sleeping, standing vigilantly. Tomorrow morning, when thirst returns, they'll hesitate before the river again and step down again. In nature, life always comes with trade-offs. Wildebeest need water, crocodiles need prey, and the river connects these two needs in daily survival loop. Night blankets, grumeti, frog calls echo along shore. Hippos call amidstream. Water surface shifts to another world where new dangers continue unfolding. On river bottom, crocodiles lie motionless, conserving energy. Though resting, sensory organs still operate, ready to react to any vibration. Night wind blows along grumeti. Water surface ripples lightly under moon. Blood traces washed clean, sandbar flat and calm. By morning, no traces remain of what occurred. Moon rises high, river still flows as for millions of years. Water surface flat, calm, beautiful, and inviting. But the question each prey must answer each morning remains unchanged. Drink or not drink, live or not live. In the dense forests of Africa, morning sunlight filters through the canopy, where every creature seeks to survive in its own way. This is home to antelope, monkeys, wild pigs, and countless bird species. But here too, in the darkness of thick canopies, a hunter watches. Each leaf trembles slightly. This is no ordinary forest. This is territory of nature's most perfect predator. In dappled light, rosette spots appear clearly. This is the leopard, one of the planet's most mysterious and talented big cats. Leopards possess golden fur with distinctive rosette-shaped spots. Each individual has unique patterns, like human fingerprints. They can weigh up to 90 kilograms, but what's special is in size. What's special lies in body design. Tail nearly half as long as the body, functioning as a perfect balancing pole. Retractable claws help them move smoothly and absolutely silently. But the most prominent feature is extremely powerful hind leg muscles. They can jump up to 3 meters high in a single bound. Leopards are the only big cats that can live completely in trees. They eat, sleep, even give birth on branches dozens of meters high. While lions hunt on grasslands, tigers hide in bushes. Leopards have chosen a different strategy. They conquer three-dimensional space. Sharp yellow eyes scan every space. Hearing 5 times more acute than humans. Nose can smell blood from hundreds of meters away. Now the mission is clear. An antelope grazes not far away. It hasn't yet realized it has entered the sights of the perfect predator. Leopard moves like a ghost, each footstep placed precisely. Not a single leaf falls, not a single branch trembles. Distance narrows, 5 meters, 4 meters, body lowered, tail stretched straight to maintain balance. The moment has come. In an instant, leopard leaps from 6 meters high. Precise strike. Antelope can't react in time. Speed and strength perfectly combined. But the work isn't finished. On the ground, blood smell will attract enemies. Hyenas, lions, even wild dog packs can steal prey. The leopard's solution is unique. They drag prey up trees. A 40-kilogram antelope carried to 5 meters height using only jaw and neck muscles. Step by step, meter by meter. Weight double the body, but leopards still climb steadily. This is strength evolved over millions of years. Reaching safety, the meal begins. Leopards can eat up to 20 kilograms of meat at once. Leftover food will be stored in trees, away from thieves. But it's not always favorable. Sometimes prey isn't on the ground. They're right in trees, among thick canopies. Monkeys are the most difficult prey. They're agile, vigilant, and always live in groups. But leopards have an advantage no other big cat possesses. Absolute silence in trees. They move from branch to branch, blending into canopy shadows. Spotted patterns help them become completely invisible. In an instant, the attack occurs. In midair, among fragile branches, leopard strength and skill are fully displayed. Despite being apex hunters, leopards also face challenges. Their territory is shrinking. Forests are disappearing at alarming rates. Leopard numbers in the wild have decreased over 30% in the past 3 generations. From African deserts to Asian rainforest, the story is the same. But adaptability has helped leopards survive through millions of years. They can live in minus 30-degree or 45-degree heat. They can live near humans, in small forests where lions or tigers cannot. Leopards have proven themselves masters of survival. In 2026, conservation efforts are being accelerated. Movement corridors are established. Forests are more strictly protected. Each surviving leopard individual is proof of nature's vitality. They are bridges between earth and sky, between past and future. In twilight, leopards again blend into darkness. They don't need to roar like lions, don't need to display strength like tigers. They only need to exist. And that existence, silent but powerful, is a reminder that nature still has secrets worth discovering, worth respecting, and worth protecting. Leopards, mysterious, powerful, perfect, and now need protection more than ever. The Serengeti Savannah is home to over 3 million herbivores, but it's also territory of the planet's most dangerous predators. Each day, life here is a ceaseless battle of wits. Herbivores have no fangs or claws, no venom. They only have survival instinct. In this ecosystem, each herbivore species has developed different skills, but all aim toward one single purpose: to survive. This is the story of adaptation, about how seemingly vulnerable species have existed and continue to exist through millions of years of evolution. Wildebeest can reach speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour, but for them, speed is not the only weapon for survival. Zebras live in large herds. In Serengeti alone, numbers reach 200,000 individuals. This very scale is their survival strategy. Giraffes stand nearly 6 meters tall. Their vision encompasses the entire savannah. Height itself is absolute security advantage. African buffalo with massive horns can inflict fatal injuries, making them one of the least attacked herbivore species. Each species possesses distinct advantages, but all exist in one unchanging reality. Danger is always present and never disappears. Regarding senses, antelope ears can rotate 360 degrees. They detect sounds from 1 kilometer distance. This is a natural early warning system. Zebra eyes are positioned on sides of the head, vision nearly 360 degrees. They can see behind without turning their heads. Buffalo's sense of smell is 5 times more acute than humans. They can smell lions from 300 meters, time enough to prepare defense. Giraffes combine all 3 senses, but the greatest advantage is height. From 6 meters high, they see what's coming first. When one detects danger, the entire herd reacts. Information spreads in just seconds. Collective warning system. Regarding speed and endurance, wildebeest have maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour, and they maintain this speed continuously for 5 kilometers. Cheetahs are faster, 110 kilometers per hour, but can only run 300 meters before exhaustion. Wildebeest know this. The tactic is to prolong the chase. Run zigzag. Change direction suddenly. Deplete the predator's energy. Zebras aren't as fast as antelope. Maximum speed 65 kilometers per hour, but they have astonishing endurance. In annual migration, zebras run over 3,000 kilometers. Their bodies evolved for endurance, not explosive speed. Regarding herd tactics, this is the most fundamental principle. A solitary zebra has survival rate below 20%. When lions attack, herds quickly form defensive formation. Young in the center, adult individuals surrounding outside. Wildebeest apply different tactics. When pursued, they run in multiple directions, disrupting predator coordination and creating escape opportunities. Giraffes usually stay in small groups, 3 to 5 individuals. They take turns on guard. When one eats, others observe. Buffalo, when threatened, they point horns outward, young in the middle. Even lions hesitate to attack this formation. With zebras, stripe patterns aren't just for beauty. When the entire herd moves simultaneously, stripes overlap, creating visual interference phenomenon. This makes predators difficult to focus on a specific individual, reducing hunt success rate by about 30%. Antelope possess brown-yellow coats, blending perfectly with dry grass, color in dry season. When standing still, they're nearly invisible before predator eyes. Giraffes utilize height for camouflage. When standing among tall trees, only the head protrudes, making them from afar look like motionless branches. The African savanna is the harshest survival test, but herbivores have passed through millions of years of evolution. They have no fangs, claws, or venom, but possess acute senses, superior speed, and collective intelligence. The relationship between predator and prey is not a story of winning or losing, but of balance, where both coexist to maintain the ecosystem. By 2026, protecting this savanna becomes more important than ever, because this is not just home to countless species, but also the common heritage of the entire planet. The African savanna spreads beneath the vast sky, land of giants, where strength is usually measured in tons. But strength in nature isn't only measured by size. There's another law, more subtle. It's the ratio between strength and body weight. When lowering vision to the arid grass carpets, where tiny creatures possess strength far beyond any ordinary comparison. This is the story about strength in nature. Not about the largest, but about creatures that found ways to maximize every gram of their body. On a fresh buffalo dung pile, a small creature is working. Dung beetle, Scarabaeus sacer, only 3 centimeters long and weighing 2 grams. The dung beetle is doing something seemingly impossible. They're shaping and rolling a dung ball weighing 200 grams, 100 times their body weight. But this isn't the limit yet. In scientific experiments, dung beetles have pulled objects weighing 1,141 times their body weight. To visualize, this equals a person weighing 70 kilograms lifting 80 tons, nearly equal to a modern tank. The secret lies in body structure. Dung beetles have hard exoskeletons made from chitin. Muscles inside attach directly to the shell, creating an extremely efficient lever system. Not far away, a long line moves on the ground. Leafcutter ants, Atacephalotes, each individual weighing only a few milligrams, but carrying leaf pieces many times larger than their body. Leafcutter ants can carry objects 50 times their body weight, moving vertically and gripping firmly on all surfaces, even smooth ceilings. The ant's secret lies in special neck muscles. This muscle occupies nearly half the body mass and can withstand tremendous pressure without injury. The reason small creatures are disproportionately strong is due to physical laws. When size decreases, surface area decreases slower than volume and mass. This helps small muscles have a large contact area ratio relative to the mass-needing movement, creating advantages no giant creature can achieve. But when we talk about absolute strength, the rules change completely. Near the riverbank, a giant creature steps out from acacia bushes. African elephant, Loxodonta africana. Adult males can weigh up to 6 tons. This is the largest land animal still existing on the planet. The elephant trunk is nature's most versatile tool. Made from over 40,000 separate muscle bundles, no bones, completely muscle and tendon. The trunk alone can lift objects weighing 350 kilograms, while their whole body can pull and push masses up to 6,000 kilograms. In exchange for enormous strength, elephants must consume nearly 150 kilograms of food daily and spend about 18 hours continuously just eating. Not far away, white rhinoceros Ceratotherium simum appears. Males weighing over 2 tons, possessing horns up to 1.5 meters long, full of power. Thanks to extremely developed neck muscles, rhinos can lift and fling objects weighing over 1 ton, turning the horn into a terrifying attack weapon. But there's one species whose strength isn't measured by lifting ability. It's measured by pressure. In murky river water, a pair of eyes looks up. To 6 meters long, has existed through 200 million years of evolution, nearly unchanged, proof of perfect design. Their weapon is the jaw. Nile crocodile bite force reaches 5,000 psi, world's strongest, far exceeding human bite force. When attacking, crocodile jaw-closing muscles contract with tremendous strength, enough to crush buffalo bones or hold tight until drowning. Ironically, crocodile jaw-opening muscles are very weak, to the extent an adult human can hold their mouth shut with bare hands. Evolution only invested energy in closing jaws, not opening them, showing natural strength always optimizes according to survival objectives. Every strength has its own price. Elephants need to eat large quantities. Crocodiles lie motionless, conserving energy. Tiny dung beetles get crushed. Each species found its own position in the ecosystem, from dung beetles recycling waste, ants building complex nests, to elephants opening paths, crocodiles controlling fish populations. In 2026, these species face harsh challenges from climate change, habitat loss, and illegal hunting. Facing that reality, conservation efforts are being intensified with expanded reserves and tightened laws when people realize limits. Strength doesn't lie in conquering nature, but in understanding and respect when each species, large or small, all have irreplaceable roles. East African Savannah. Dawn has not yet broken. A new day begins like any other. But in this world, no day is truly like another. This is a land where every species is a link in the chain. Today's hunter can be tomorrow's prey. That order is not fixed. It changes by the hour, by each decision. And among all those species, there's one often underestimated, not the largest, not the fastest, but the one with the most complex social organization. This is the story of encounters, of losses, and of what happens after, when the hunter becomes the hunted. Baboons, the largest primate in southern Africa. Adult males weigh 25 to 45 kilograms. Canines up to 5 centimeters long, longer than lion canines, proportionate to body size. Baboon troops can reach 200 individuals. Within the troop, there's clear hierarchy. Large males protect the outer ring. Females and young stay at the center. They're omnivorous, from fruits and roots to insects and small reptiles, even newborn antelope when opportunity arises. This flexibility helps them survive many challenges. But in their habitat, every foraging day carries risk. Tall trees, open grassland, riverbanks, each terrain has its own predators. Morning, the troop spreads out foraging near sparse acacia woodland. A young male, about 3 years old, separates from the group, chasing prey by instinct. Not far away, a leopard has spotted the young baboon, the most perfect hunter in Africa in terms of stealth and terrain versatility. Leopards don't move, make no sound. They can lie motionless for hours, waiting for prey to come within striking range. The young male runs through the ambushed predator's line of sight. He doesn't know death is right beside him, about to claim his life. A leap erupts. At maximum speed, the leopard allows no mistakes. It quickly seizes the young male. The baboon can't react. That moment ends faster than any description can convey. This is nature's truth, not cruelty. But the baboon troop isn't far. And in baboon troops, every call carries information. The alarm call, leopard attacking. Within seconds, the entire troop's behavior transforms completely. No longer individuals foraging separately. All move in one direction, one objective. The leopard has a choice: climb the tree with prey or abandon it and escape. But the troop arrives too fast. Large males weighing 40 kilograms, 5-centimeter canines, and most important of all, they come together. This is no longer individual confrontation. The leopard decides in an instant, abandons the kill and flees. This is the right choice. Being isolated by a baboon troop is extremely dangerous. The troop doesn't pursue. They understand it's futile, Instead, the group quickly restores order and minimizes loss. Days later, another threat, another species, lions. A pride of 4 lionesses moves into the area where the troop is foraging on a quiet morning. The response to lions is completely different from the response to leopards. Leopards are threats from above. Lions are threats on the ground. From above, the troop observes. They call loudly so the lions know they've been detected. In the hunting world, losing the element of surprise means losing the greatest advantage. The lion pride passes without stopping. To lions, baboons and trees aren't priority targets, but young ones on the ground are different. One lioness separates from the pride, lying hidden in tall grass near where the troop gathers to drink. She's been observing, and she's waiting for a young one to stray. A young baboon runs farther than the others. The lioness charges, faster than any reaction can intervene. The young baboon has no chance. The troop reacts immediately but doesn't approach. They know lions aren't leopards. A lion's strength and speed on the ground don't allow that. A 130-kilogram lioness on open ground isn't an opponent the troop can effectively surround. They know this. But baboons don't forget. Research documents that this species can remember individuals of other species, especially those that have harmed the troop. The next day, Limpopo River. The troop comes to drink along their familiar route. Below the murky water, crocodiles wait for careless prey. In the troop, young ones typically drink at positions closest to shore. But riverbanks don't always allow ideal formation. A young baboon bends to drink. In an instant, the water erupts. No warning, no prior sound. A technique refined over millions of years. No chance for the young baboon. Nile crocodiles with bite force around 5,000 psi and reflexes under 0.1 seconds leave no gap. The troop remains at the water's edge. A few males just watch and roar. That behavior doesn't change the outcome, but shows social structure doesn't easily dissolve after loss. Then they leave. Order is re-established in heavy silence. Ahead still lies grassland, where risk and opportunity always coexist. A week later, the lioness pride returns, bringing 2 cubs about 6 weeks old. When the mothers leave to hunt, the 2 lie beneath low tree cover. Baboons discover this before we realize. From the tree branches, the lion mothers have gone far. 2 lion cubs lie alone. What follows is neither pure predation nor defense. Researchers call it redirected accumulated aggression, a complex social response. A male baboon picks up the lion cub, not frantically, just carries it and gradually climbs higher. The cub is completely helpless in this situation. At that height, the lion cub cannot survive a fall A 6-week-old skeletal system isn't strong enough to withstand impact from over 15 meters. The lion mother returns quickly, roaring beneath the canopy, but climbing isn't her capability. Vertical distance is an absolute limit. The male baboon looks down and releases his grip, a behavior documented in primate studies in South Africa as a form of redirected, accumulated aggression. He leaves by another route, not looking back. The troop regroups and continues moving. No ceremony, only cold continuation. In nature, good and evil don't exist. Only strategies selected through evolution, shaped by social memory and survival pressure. Chakma the baboons still maintain large populations, but shrinking habitat and increasing urban conflict pose new challenges. When dusk falls, they climb the tallest acacia trees, choosing height as their shield. Tomorrow repeats, like every survival cycle. Afternoon sunlight illuminates the Serengeti grasslands. Dry grass glows golden under temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius, a typical day in the heart of Africa. Here, every meal must be contested. Predator and prey, robber and robbed. The line between success and failure is very fragile. Two predator species are about to collide. One side is a warrior with deadly weapons. One side is an opportunistic thief who will claim victory. This is the story of an unexpected encounter, when a plan to steal prey becomes a battle to the death, when instinct decides survival. The secretary bird is one of Africa's most unique birds of prey. They stand over 1 meter tall and have a wingspan of nearly 2 meters. The name comes from the black feathers behind the head, resembling quill pens tucked behind a secretary's ear in olden times. But this bird is anything but gentle. They hunt snakes, large lizards, rodents, insects, but venomous snakes are their favorite. They have a unique hunting technique: kick prey to death. Long legs, sharp curved talons, specially developed leg muscles. A kick can generate force of nearly 20 kilograms, enough to crush the bones of venomous snakes. Serval, also called grassland wildcat, smaller than spotted leopards but larger than house cats. They weigh about 9 to 18 kilograms. The largest ears in the cat family relative to body size, superhuman hearing, can hear mice moving underground. Long legs, highest leg-to-body ratio in the cat family. It can jump up to 3 meters high and achieves a hunting success rate of about 50%. But today, the serval isn't hunting. It's seeking opportunity, stealing prey from others, conserving energy, increasing survival efficiency. The secretary bird has just found a snake, puff adder. Venomous, dangerous, but to the secretary bird, this is a good meal. The snake rears its head, opens its mouth threateningly, ready to inject venom. But the secretary bird has faced such situations countless times. A kick shoots out lightning fast. Precise, strikes the snake's head directly. It writhes violently, but isn't dead yet. Another kick, then another. The snake lies motionless. The secretary bird bends down to check the prey. Victory is clear, but in the grass, another is watching silently. The serval presses itself flat to the ground. It moves slowly, each step separated by several seconds. No sound. Every movement is calculated. It weighs options quickly. The bird is taller, heavier, and has extremely powerful legs. But that fat snake is a valuable protein source. It steps slowly forward, not to hunt the bird, but to steal the prey, a familiar tactic of an opportunistic hunter. The secretary bird reacts immediately. Defensive instinct flares. It clamps the snake tightly in its beak and won't let go. This prey belongs to it. It spreads its wings nearly 2 meters wide, creating a large visual wall. The goal is to make the cat back down, a familiar defensive tactic. The serval backs away a few steps, but doesn't leave. It circles slowly, eyes still locked on target, patiently waiting for a moment of vulnerability. It lunges again, testing the bird's powerful legs. Claws touch wing feathers, but still not enough to steal the snake. The snake falls to the ground, but the conflict has now gone beyond food. No longer a dispute over prey. This is a battle. The secretary bird unleashes the first kick, lightning fast. Nearly 20 kilograms of force in an instant, misses the cat's head by just a few centimeters. The serval dodges quickly, reflexes of a born hunter. It lunges, trying to bite the bird's knee joint to neutralize the dangerous legs. The bird jumps back. Second kick hits the cat's shoulder. Not strong enough to cause serious injury, but enough to cause pain. An accurate kick could shatter the serval's jaw, ending its hunting ability forever. Therefore, the cat must strike very fast and precisely. The serval lunges again, this time lowering its body. It pounces on the secretary bird's chest area. Claws dig deep, pulling the bird down. The secretary bird struggles violently. Wings beat on hard, creating wind currents that send dust flying. It tries to kick, but the serval has latched too close for the strike to be effective. The battle lasts about 3 minutes, consuming enormous metabolic energy. Both are breathing heavily, but neither side will let go. The serval changes tactics. It seeks the bird's neck position. This is the cat family's familiar killing technique, the suffocating bite. The secretary bird senses danger. It struggles to escape, but the cat's weight presses heavily. Wings no longer have space to swing. The serval seizes the bird's neck. Fangs sink deep, not piercing completely, but clamping tight. The goal is to cut off oxygen. Time decides life and death. The bird lies on the ground, wings spread wide on the dry earth. It's still alive, but no longer has strength to continue fighting. The cat still holds the bird's neck tight. It doesn't loosen. The struggling weakens with each second, each breath, until the body is motionless. After about 5 minutes, all movement ceases. The warrior has fallen. The opportunist wins, not through strength, but through tactics. The serval releases the bird. It's exhausted. Victory has come, but the price is very high. Energy expended equivalent to many days of normal hunting. It doesn't eat the bird. Instead, it drags out the snake, the original meal, the reason for the conflict. It eats hurriedly before others appear. 15 minutes later, vultures land. They clean up what remains. Here, nothing is wasted. The cycle continues. Prey stealing is common behavior in Africa. Hyenas steal from leopards. Lions steal leopard kills. Survival becomes more difficult. But this behavior is full of risk. About half the time, the thief gets injured, 1/5 end in death. The price to pay is very high. Climate change makes food sources scarcer. Competition increases. Prey theft occurs more frequently. Mortality rates also rise. Both servals and secretary birds are species that need conservation. Their numbers are declining as habitats increasingly shrink. As the sun sets over the Serengeti, the grassland gradually quiets again. The cat has left. Vultures have flown away. Only traces of battle remain on the sand. In the harsh reality of the African bush, the line between hunter and prey is always fragile. The thief can become the executioner. No heroes, no villains, only creatures trying to survive by any means and any tactics possible. And in the silence of the Serengeti night, one law still silently operates. Nature doesn't judge. Nature only selects. The wiser one, the luckier one, the one still alive. The African savanna is home to the wild dog, a tireless endurance hunter built on speed, coordination, and the ability to anticipate its prey. To survive, they must face rivals just as dangerous, from hyenas to leopards. Their hunting instinct relies not on strength, but on strategy and relentless persistence. Every hunt is a test. Every decision can determine the fate of the entire pack. And sometimes, survival instincts lead them straight into conflicts far bigger than expected. In this world, nothing happens by accident. Every movement has meaning. Today, their journey begins with a solitary opponent, a lone hyena drifting away from its clan. No one knows where fate will lead this hyena, but its future lies in the hunt ahead. A lone hyena is an ideal target. It lacks the protection of its group. The wild dogs don't attack immediately. They exhaust the hyena by shadowing it relentlessly. The hyena counters with sudden aggression, using its powerful jaws to create distance. But numbers take over, slowly forcing it into a losing position. Seeing the path behind blocked, the hyena bolts toward the river. It doesn't know that beneath the still surface, eyes are watching. Exhausted, the hyena plunges into the water, a desperate final move. Moments later, the water erupts, a perfect ambush. The jaws close, overwhelming force. The hyena disappears. The wild dogs stand and watch, their hunt ending in an unexpected way. On the savannah, nothing is certain. Even the best hunters face surprises. The pack moves on. Energy must be replenished. They search for their next chance. A new opportunity appears, a leopard cub playing beneath a tree. Its mother rests on a branch above, unaware of the danger approaching. The wild dogs spot the cub, positioned just far enough from its mother. They advance quickly and silently, perfect for an ambush. The cub realizes too late. It isn't fast enough to escape. The dogs surround it, preparing to strike. At the last second, the mother leaps down like an arrow. She attacks to save her cub, despite the overwhelming odds. But numbers dominate. The wild dogs retaliate fiercely. The leopard is forced to retreat up the tree to save her own life. Below, her cub has no escape. The wild dogs finish the kill, a brutal moment that leaves silence across the plains. Time passes, but the mother's grief does not fade. Her pain becomes cold patience. She waits. And the moment comes when a wild dog wanders too far from the pack. Distance closes. No sound, no warning. In a single explosive leap, the leopard strikes. The killing bite is swift and precise. By the time the pack returns, it is too late. The mother leaves quietly, revenge complete. On the savannah, victory and loss are fleeting moments in an endless cycle. The wild dogs continue searching for their next chance to survive. The leopard mother continues her journey, a true survivor. No one wins forever. No one loses forever. Nature only keeps the best adapted. Every creature here learns to live with danger day after day. Each species adds a piece to the vast puzzle of life. And within that balance, the wild dogs keep moving, never stopping, never resting. For them, life is an unending series of trials. Intelligent strategy is their greatest weapon. In this fight for survival, only one rule exists: adapt or perish. That is the brilliance of the African wild dog, warriors who never stop moving. The sun has not yet reached its peak. The African grassland stretches out in silence. Only the wind gliding across the yellowed grass as it bends and sways. In the distance, a small figure moves low to the ground, steady, unhurried, as though it knows exactly where it is headed. This is the morning of the animal known as the fearless one. On this savanna, very few creatures dare to hunt alone in broad daylight. But Ironhide, this adult male honey badger, answers to no one's schedule. It moves by its own rules and its own will. The honey badger is a small carnivore belonging to the family Mustelidae, widely distributed from sub-Saharan Africa to the Indian subcontinent. Its average weight ranges from 9 to 14 kilograms. Its uniquely thick and loose skin allows the body to twist even while being held in a bite, a defensive mechanism refined by evolution over millions of years. Ironhide stops. Its nose drops close to the ground, nostrils flaring rapidly with each breath. Something in the morning air causes it to change direction. The honey badger's sense of smell can detect prey at distances far beyond what the eye can see. A single odor molecule is enough to trigger its instincts. Ironhide begins to accelerate, head lowered, tail held level, the typical hunting posture of a honey badger, signaling that it is not exploring, but closing in on a confirmed target. The scent Ironhide has picked up is no ordinary prey. It is the smell of newborn hyena cubs, creatures not yet capable of defending themselves. Up ahead, concealed behind a thorn bush, lies a complex burrow system. This is the territory of a hyena clan, one of the most organized hunting collectives in Africa. At this hour, most of the clan's adults have left to forage. Only a few females remain behind, on guard. But Ironhide seems entirely unconcerned. To understand why a 12-kilogram animal would dare approach the territory of a species with the most powerful bite force among mid-sized carnivores, we must look at the very nature of this creature. The hyena is a carnivore with one of the strongest bite forces among mid-sized predators, reaching over 1,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush the thickest bones. Hyenas live in a matriarchal social structure. Females hold higher rank than males. Within the clan, all territorial defense decisions are coordinated collectively. Every movement of the clan reflects thousands of years of evolutionary cooperation, not the strength of any single individual, but the efficiency of the group. Bite force is not their only advantage. Hyenas can sustain a pace of 50 to 60 kilometers per hour over long distances. A chase is not meant to catch, it is meant to exhaust. Ironhide continues forward. It moves along the downwind path, keeping its own scent from drifting ahead. Step by step, the distance to the burrow closes. This is not the first time a honey badger has approached a hyena den. Field observations show that this behavior appears when food sources become scarce. Risk is always present on the honey badger's journey. But for this species, danger is not a reason to stop. It is merely a variable in the equation of survival. Ironhide crosses the outer boundary of the territory. It is now within range where any hyena can spot it and react within seconds. At the burrow entrance, the cubs lie huddled together. They are not yet capable of self-defense, still inside the den, and entirely dependent on the clan. The honey badger takes a few more steps forward. Its nose sweeps close to the ground, head tilting slightly to the right, the typical scent tracking behavior before a strike. It has detected the cubs. A short, sharp cry rises from the hyena's burrow. A cub is pulled out into the light, and in an instant, the stillness of the grassland vanishes entirely. The nearest female hyena raises her head, both ears standing straight up. She immediately understands this is no sound of wind or playful cubs. It is a warning sign of danger. Within seconds, the mother hyena lets out a series of low, drawn-out whoop calls. The signal carries far across the plain, calling other clan members to return immediately. Ironhide turns around. Behind it, the hyena clan is accelerating from two directions, while ahead lies only open ground with nowhere to hide. Surrounded in that moment, the honey badger drops the cub and turns to face the threat. Its survival instinct chooses to fight rather than flee. The mother hyena moves straight to the cub, lifts it gently in her jaws, and pulls it back toward the burrow. Meanwhile, the two remaining hyenas advance on Ironhide. For the hyenas, securing the cub is only the first step. Once the vulnerable individual is safe, the clan typically coordinates to eliminate the intruder from their territory. Ironhide does not run. Hackles raised, back lowered, jaws wide open, a full combat stance. For this animal, escape sometimes begins with confrontation. The hyenas take turns attacking. The honey badger spins in half a second and bites back into the nearest muzzle. The hyena recoils, not from pain, but from surprise. This is the moment where the honey badger achieves something rare in nature, making a much larger animal pause. For a few seconds, the hyena clan hesitates. But that pause does not last. One hyena moves in from behind, while another draws its attention from the front. Ironhide is bitten on the face and rear flank, It spins quickly and bites back. The loose skin allows the twist, but cannot hold off two sets of jaws at once. In a multi-opponent confrontation, endurance is the deciding factor. Ironhide can tolerate pain far beyond the ordinary, but it cannot compensate for a sustained numerical disadvantage. Ironhide begins to retreat toward the edge of the hyena's encirclement, step by careful step. It searches for a gap to break through, as the gray-brown ring slowly tightens. This is the hallmark of the hyena encirclement tactic. No need for a decisive strike. Simply maintain pressure, cut off the escape route, and wait for the opponent to exhaust itself from within. Ironhide bites back once more, fierce, but unable to create any distance. Energy drains steadily, each rotation of the body costing more than the last. In nature, the line between life and death rarely arrives suddenly. Sometimes it comes slowly, through each shortened breath of a creature still in the fight. Ironhide still stands, still turning to face the nearest attacker. Its deepest instinct will not allow it to fall while it can still fight. The hyena clan coordinates a final assault. Force converges from three directions at once. And this time, the honey badger no longer has the speed to break free. Ironhide goes down. The hyena clan gathers around the one who dared invade their territory. The grassland returns to silence after everything has been decided. In field observations, honey badgers attacking hyena dens is not uncommon. The outcome typically depends on how many clan members are present at the time. Outside the burrow, the hyena cubs lie still. They do not yet understand what has just taken place out there. They only know that their mother's familiar presence is still close beside them. Adult male honey badgers have an average lifespan of 7 to 10 years in the wild. In that time, they may face lions, leopards, and venomous snakes, and most of the time, they survive. Today is simply an exception. But the fall of one individual does not mean the fall of a species. Elsewhere, on the grassland, another honey badger is still digging into a beehive, hunting, and continuing the cycle of survival. On this grassland, there is no permanent victory. Each day is only a series of survival choices, where every species, from hyena to honey badger, plays its role in an ecosystem far greater than any single individual. Kalahari, the world's largest red sand desert, stretching more than 900,000 square kilometers across 3 countries, where temperatures swing 60 degrees Celsius between day and night. And every creature that exists here has paid its tuition through evolution. A world where countless species coexist, hunt, and multiply among the blazing red dunes with no trace of water, the largest semi-arid ecosystem on the planet. Beneath the still cool red sand of dawn, meerkats let out short, sharp calls, signaling the start of a new day with a land's relentless battle for survival. High above, the Martial eagle circles wide on thermals rising from the red sand, its wingspan nearly 2.5 meters, eyes reading every movement on the ground from an altitude where humans can see nothing at all. Below, a herd of oryx moves slowly along a dry riverbed. while springbok leap high in bursts as if challenging the heat already pressing down. Among the dry thorn bushes, meerkats stand upright, absorbing warmth after a night that dropped to 5 degrees Celsius. A black mamba coils beneath a rock, waiting for the temperature to rise, while a male lion lies still in the shade of an acacia. When the extreme dry season arrives, Kalahari changes hour by hour. Temperatures climb until the line between life and death is only the width of a patch of shade. 9 months of drought, daytime temperatures exceeding 45 degrees Celsius in the air and 70 degrees on the sand surface, nights dropping to 5 degrees. Kalahari becomes the harshest land on the continent. Oryx raise their body temperature rather than lose water. The brain cooled separately by a specialized vascular system. Meerkats retreat into the cool earth below, and lions lie motionless, waiting for the sun to fall. In Kalahari, no species stands outside the cycle of heat and scarcity. Predator, prey, and 70-degree sand are always the 3 final deciding factors. And the winner is not the strongest, but the one that has evolved strangely enough to survive here. Welcome to Kalahari, the world's largest red sand desert, where survivors are not chosen by strength or speed, but by the only thing that matters, the ability to adapt to what is unbearable. If Kalahari has an ambassador, it is not the magnificent black-maned lion, not the proud, long-horned oryx. It is a 700-gram creature that stands upright on its hind legs every morning. Meerkats are immune to the venom of cobras and scorpions, the 2 most dangerous species in Kalahari. Their skin is unusually thick. Their nervous system reacts faster than the venom can spread. They are among the most courageous creatures on this planet. By eliminating snakes and scorpions, they protect dozens of other species that have no immunity, maintaining balance at the ground-level ecological layer that no other species can replace. Meerkats have no rigid hierarchy, but rotate responsibilities. Each day, one individual stands guard and scans the surroundings. When danger appears, the entire group vanishes into the burrow in seconds. But now they are steadily losing their territory, as extreme drought causes burrow systems to collapse. The dry, loose soil is no longer stable enough to maintain the deep tunnels the entire group depends on. If Serengeti has the king of the grassland, then Kalahari has the black-maned lion. They stand out not for their size or speed, but for the dark mane that reflects their physical condition, heat tolerance, and history of harsh survival. In the dry season, Kalahari lions may need to travel around 20 kilometers each night to find prey. They hunt in darkness across dry sand where footprints and scents are quickly erased by the wind. Their presence does not only threaten prey, but shapes the entire ecosystem. Oryx and springbok are forced to keep moving, avoiding lingering too long in areas with a high risk of ambush. Kalahari lions hunt differently from their relatives on the green savanna. With no thickets or water sources to drive prey into a corner, they rely on endurance and patience, sometimes tracking a target for 5 to 6 continuous hours. The Kalahari lion, one of the most harshly adapted populations in Africa, is declining due to conflict with humans. When natural prey becomes scarce, They are forced to hunt livestock and are frequently poisoned or killed in retaliation. If Kalahari has a symbol of defiance, it is the oryx. This antelope possesses horns longer than 80 centimeters, can survive where water is scarce, endure brutal heat, and hold its ground against a lion. Oryx can allow their body temperature to rise significantly while still protecting the brain. They achieve this through a specialized heat exchange mechanism that cools the blood before it flows to the brain. When digging for water-bearing tubers and roots beneath the sand, oryx inadvertently create countless small hollows. These depressions retain moisture better overnight, forming microhabitats for many species of insects, reptiles, and small plants. When a lion approaches, oryx typically do not flee immediately. They turn to face it, lower their horns, and hold a defensive position because their speed is not sufficient to guarantee escape, while the longhorns are an effective weapon. When migration corridors disappear, oryx herds become isolated in ever-shrinking areas. Food sources are quickly exhausted, their bodies gradually weaken, and they become far easier targets. But Kalahari does not belong only to the large creatures. When night falls and temperatures plunge tens of degrees within a few hours, another world begins to awaken, the secret world of nocturnal life. Midnight, temperature at 8 degrees Celsius. The oryx herd has been moving since late afternoon, searching for a new food source, unaware that 2 lionesses have been tracking them for 4 hours without making a single sound. The first lioness approaches from upwind, ensuring the oryx cannot catch her scent. The second lioness swings wide to the left to cut off the retreat route. One oryx raises its head, ears rotate, nostrils flare. Kalahari holds its breath for 3 seconds, and those 3 seconds decide the entire outcome of this 4-hour hunt. Just 1 second of a wind shift is enough to carry the lion's scent to the oryx herd. The entire group instantly breaks formation and bolts in the direction that millions of years of evolution have carved into their survival instinct. The final strike, not at the throat as the grassland lion would, because on soft sand there is not enough traction for a prolonged struggle, and this, is the most efficient way to end it. The survivor of tonight is not necessarily the fastest, but the one who reacted at the right moment. In Kalahari, just a few seconds of hesitation after detecting danger is enough to turn a chance of escape into an irreversible failure. And the one who falls will not be wasted. Hyenas will follow the scent of blood, vultures will appear at dawn, and before midday, Kalahari will have returned everything to the cycle of life. The sun rises again, temperatures begin to climb, and the meerkat group pokes its heads above the burrow entrance, beginning a new day as though nothing happened last night. In Kalahari, that is the definition of survival. Everything you have just witnessed is not a collection of separate stories. Kalahari is a living organism, and every species must find its own answer to the same question. How do you survive in a place where everything is trying to kill you? Meerkats control venomous creatures. Lions control the herbivore herds. Oryx maintain micromoisture and scatter seeds. When even one link weakens, the entire system loses its balance. Kalahari is not a dead desert. It is a living desert, home to more than 400 species of birds, 1,500 species of plants, and an underground system more complex than any city humans have ever built. All of it on a bed of red sand with no water. And when one link disappears, it is not just one species that is lost. A 10 million year evolutionary equation is erased, and no amount of time is long enough to rewrite it from the beginning. But the most dangerous creature in Kalahari cannot endure 45-degree heat for more than 2 hours without air conditioning. It arrives in trucks, erects fences, and drills wells. Interventions whose consequences reach far beyond a single generation. The Sand People, the indigenous community that has been bound to Kalahari for tens of thousands of years, were once forced off their ancestral land to make way for tourism, conservation, and extraction, even though they are the ones who understand this land most deeply. The cost does not belong to nature alone. As vegetation declines and sand is no longer held stable, agricultural land in Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa may face increasing pressure from erosion, drought, and ecological degradation. When the lion's roar dissolves into the cold, early morning air, when the oryx vanishes into the heat shimmer, when the meerkats retreat underground, Kalahari returns to its ancient rhythm, slow, precise, and leaving no room for error. The question that remains is not only what we have seen, but what will happen if the species chosen to adapt here slowly disappear. When that day comes, who will keep Kalahari running as a world still alive? What will we have left when Kalahari is no longer red? When the sand is no longer hot because there is nothing left to scorch, and no more strange creatures strong enough to stand upright and face the sun each morning. Kalahari is still here, still red, still hot, still ruthlessly filtering every creature that enters it. But the question is how much longer? And the answer no longer lies in nature alone. It increasingly rests in human hands. If this journey has made you look again at arid lands once dismissed as worthless, then perhaps Kalahari has done the most important thing of all, forced us to look more carefully at life in a place where life seemed impossible. And until next time, at the next brutal survival arenas, where nature does not ask if you are ready, and the answer must come before the question has a chance to be asked. The Galapagos Archipelago in the light of dawn. Black lava stretches all the way to the waterline. Nothing suggests this is one of the most dangerous shores on the planet. Thousands of marine iguanas lie basking on the lava rock. Their body temperatures are gradually rising after the cold night. In a few seconds, one small individual will begin to move. Hidden in rock crevices and lava hollows, Galapagos snakes are waiting. A single small movement is all it takes to activate their entire hunting mechanism. This is a story about a moment. The moment when a reflex, one fraction of a second too slow, is the difference between life and death on this beach of death. The marine iguana is the only reptile in the world that lives and forages in the ocean. They exist only on the Galapagos archipelago and nowhere else on Earth. Young marine iguanas hatch from sand nests and must find their own way to the sea. No maternal protection, no group, only instinct and the harsh terrain ahead. Marine iguanas are ectotherms, so reflex speed depends on body temperature. In the early morning, when the body is still cold, they move slowly and are at their most vulnerable. Galapagos snakes evolved in parallel with marine iguanas on this archipelago. They are not venomous, but they possess reaction speed and group coordination rarely seen in snakes. One Galapagos snake glides through a rock crevice, tongue touching the ground continuously to collect scent signals and vibrations, a guidance mechanism optimized through evolution. The Galapagos shoreline is particularly dangerous due to the absence of shelter. The black, hard, and exposed surface means every movement is amplified into a clear signal. One marine iguana begins its journey to the sea in the morning. It knows that the rocky shore ahead already has snakes in position since before dawn. A snake not far away raises its head. The tongue begins moving faster. They cannot see it clearly, but they already know something is moving. The marine iguana stops completely. It stands motionless on the black lava, its body nearly blending into the environment. Stillness, the only remaining strategy. This is both the best option and the limit of survival, because Galapagos snakes do not see in the conventional sense. They prioritize detecting movement. Galapagos snakes have visual systems sensitive to movement, but less sensitive to stationary objects, a trait common among reptiles. This creates a paradox. Staying still helps avoid detection, but staying still also means not being able to advance to the sea, the only place where they have a terrain advantage. Galapagos snakes do not hunt alone. When one detects movement and moves toward it, that very movement activates the other individuals around it. The iguana's body temperature at this point is around 20 degrees, lower than the optimal 35 degrees needed for muscles to operate at full capacity. The marine iguana can only follow instinct, stay still, and wait. But if the snakes arrive before its body temperature is high enough, the chance of escape is nearly zero. The snakes continuously sweep the area with their tongues, collecting scent molecules, analyzing vibrations, processing visual information, a detection system always in operation. The distance closes. The marine iguana holds completely still. It is gambling that motionlessness will keep it concealed long enough, a wager that will be decided in the next few seconds. A gust of wind passes. The tail of the marine iguana sways slightly, less than 1 centimeter, but enough to break the state of concealment. The marine iguana realizes it has been detected and begins to run. Immediately, the surrounding snakes shift to attack speed. The lava rock shore suddenly becomes a race between life and death. Galapagos snakes run faster than the marine iguana at its current body temperature. The distance closes with every second. The first snake locks its body around the iguana in a coil. Not a killing coil. This is a restraining coil to hold the prey while the others close in. Within the snake's coil, the iguana continues to thrash, searching for any point of leverage it can use to break free. Its muscles continue contracting on survival instinct. It needs an opening. The opening appears. As the snake adjusts its coiling position, a small gap opens. The iguana twists in an instant, relying on a triggered nerve reflex. It breaks free from the hold and lunges toward the nearest rock. Not a conscious choice, but the only direction still open in that fraction of a second. The rock provides a temporary advantage. The Galapagos snakes must go around, while the marine iguana climbs straight to the top, a brief window to escape direct pressure. The marine iguana stands on top of the rock, panting. Below, the snakes reposition, not retreating, only adjusting their angle of approach. Body temperature begins to rise under the sunlight, improving reflexes. But energy has been depleted by the earlier sprints. It lies still on the rock, deliberately basking. Every second of heat absorption restores a portion of speed, the deciding factor for the next movement. Across the Galapagos archipelago, thousands of marine iguanas make the journey from nest to sea each year. It is estimated that only around 1/3 reach the water. Those that survive carry the genes of faster reflexes. Over thousands of generations, the Galapagos rocky shore has shaped a species of marine iguana that grows increasingly skilled at escape. And Galapagos snakes have also evolved in response, faster and more sensitive to smaller movements. This is an evolutionary arms race with no finish line. The pause is over. The iguana begins moving westward, but that very movement activates additional individuals. On the western side of the shore, Galapagos snakes begin to converge. No individual gives a command, but small movements ripple from one to the next, closing into a tightening circle around the prey. From every possible escape direction, black heads are sliding forward. The shoreline is no longer a path. It has become a living trap system. When the snakes had closed in too near, it made the only choice remaining. To leap from the cliff face, it disappears into the cold water, then reappears among the rocks. For a moment, its body nearly merges with the terrain. But here, escape is never an ending, only a delay. The moment one catches the movement, the signal instantly spreads through the group. Snake bodies coil tightly from multiple sides. Not one decisive bite, but steadily increasing pressure, each ring of muscle closing in. This is the law of the shoreline. One creature fights to survive, another survives by ending it. Harsh, immediate, and indifferent. That is the true nature of nature. Not far away, another Galapagos marine iguana lies still on the rock, absorbing heat. Every degree it gains restores a portion of speed and reflex. On this archipelago, every morning is an unannounced test. The individual that survives does so not because it knows more, but because its reflexes aligned with the right moment. This is how Galapagos operates. Every iguana that is caught becomes the energy source for one more snake to survive and reproduce. Nothing is wasted. The marine iguanas that survive the morning will dive deep into the ocean to feed on seaweed and bring energy from the sea back to the rocky shore for the terrestrial ecosystem. The Galapagos shoreline in the light of late afternoon. Thousands of marine iguanas lie layered across the black rock, their body temperatures gradually dropping with the sun. They exist not because they are absolutely superior, but because every factor aligned in one moment: temperature, terrain, timing, and a measure of chance. Tomorrow, marine iguanas will again crawl out of the sand, and the snakes will again be there, waiting in the crevices. The question is never who is stronger. The question is always who is in the right place at the right time. The Serengeti grasslands before dawn. This is the lion, a big cat perfectly designed for one single purpose: hunting. On the surface, they're just large animals resting. But beneath the golden fur is the most complex biomechanical system in the natural world. Every detail in the lion's body is the result of millions of years of evolution. Nothing is excess, nothing is random. Everything serves survival. This is the story of the perfect hunting machine, about secrets hidden deep in muscles, joints, and instincts of the apex predator. The first secret lies in muscle fiber structure. Lions possess an extremely high proportion of fast-twitch muscle fibers, occupying nearly 70% of total muscle mass. This is the type of fiber that produces instant explosive force. They allow lions to accelerate from 0 to 50 kilometers per hour in just seconds. But this strength has a price. Fast-twitch fibers consume energy extremely quickly and cannot sustain long. This is why lions can't run long distances like wild dogs. Lion muscles aren't evenly distributed across the body. Most concentrate in shoulders and forelimbs, creating an extremely stable low center of gravity when wrestling. This design allows lions to confront prey 3 times heavier, like buffalo. Low center of gravity helps them not get thrown when prey resists. But there's an even more special anatomical feature. Lion shoulder joints aren't attached to collarbones like most other mammals. This creates extraordinary flexibility. Lions can extend both front legs wide to hug and pin prey like 2 human arms. The second weapon is jaws. Lion bite muscles occupy nearly 1/4 of head weight. This is one of the strongest muscles on the body. Bite force reaches 650 pounds per square inch. But lions don't use jaws to tear flesh immediately. They use the suffocation bite technique on prey's throat. This bite can maintain continuous pressure for over 10 minutes. Strength doesn't come from instant bite force, but from ability to hold tight constantly. The third weapon is claws. They're not fixed like dog claws, but can retract completely into protective skin sheaths. When relaxed, hidden claws keep them always sharp. When attacking, muscle bundles contract, pushing claws out like hooked blades, anchoring into flesh. But this perfect machine has one fatal weakness. Lion hearts are quite small relative to body size, only occupying 0.45% of weight. This explains why lions are perfect hunting machines at short range, but fail if the chase extends beyond 200 meters. Heart rate can spike from 40 to 220 beats per minute in seconds, but the circulatory system isn't strong enough to maintain that state. That's why lion hunting success rate only fluctuates around 20 to 30%, because each hunt is always an energy gamble. When hunting in packs, lion efficiency increases markedly because precise coordination turns each individual into part of superior collective strength. Lionesses, lighter and with more enduring muscles, play the role of pursuers and trappers. They create continuous pressure, pushing prey into traps. Male lions, heavier with bulkier muscles, usually play the finisher role. Pure strength is released in the final strike. Leverage tactics are a secret weapon. Lions use body weight combined with muscles to bring down prey many times larger. They jump on prey's back using 200-kilogram weight combined with claw-pulling force. Physical leverage makes prey lose balance. However, that strength requires a specific lifestyle. To maintain large muscle mass, lions need to rest nearly 20 hours each day. This isn't laziness, but mandatory energy conservation strategy. Every calorie is allocated for the decisive, explosive moment. When not hunting, heart rate drops to only 40 beats per minute. The body switches to maximum conservation mode, like a computer in sleep mode. This is an unavoidable biological trade-off, because to achieve maximum explosive strength, lions must maintain a strict energy-conserving lifestyle. In 2026, understanding this mechanism helps improve conservation effectiveness when lions need large space and stable prey sources to maintain their specific lifestyle. This perfect hunting machine didn't form by luck, but is the result of millions of years of continuous evolution and precise refinement. Every muscle fiber, every bone joint, and each heartbeat all serve survival objectives, reflecting evolution's beauty inscribed in the lion's body.